Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to the channel. This is Amar. Welcome to yet another video from Ireland. Today we'll be talking about one of the most selling cars here in Europe. But before we proceed, I want to give a big shout out to Kerry's car store. Kerry's is one of the biggest used car dealerships here in Ireland. All the cars they have listed on the website are not older than 4 years. And they also provide finance which is processed within a very short span of time. And you can also place an order online to buy a car, and the car will be delivered to you at your home or wherever you want it. But if you're wondering how that would work, because without taking a test drive it's very risky to buy a car, to address that, Kerry's is offering you 7 days time to make up your mind. So it's pretty safe and it's a pretty good deal. Even if you don't find anything on their website, I recommend that you just give them a call and one of their engineers will sort you out. They will help you find out something suitable to your needs and your budget. Now coming back to the topic, today we are looking at the Dacia Sandero. The name comes from the kingdom of Dacia in Romania. Yes, it's a Romanian brand. It's not every day that we see Romanian automotive brands, but it is not a small name. To give you a little perspective, let me give you two car model names. Duster and Logan. Yes, the Renault Duster and the Renault Logan. Both are Dacia's babies. And that's because back in the 90s, Renault got 51% stake in Dacia. And over the period of next 5 or 10 years, they completed their acquisition, and now Dacia is essentially the baby of Renault, which is a French automotive giant, as we all know. So it's a combination of the French and Romania that produces this most selling car here in Europe. Let's go check it out. So this is the Dacia Sandero. It's a 2019 model because in 2019 this car won Car of the Year award and sold about 600,000 units in Europe. So naturally I wanted to drive the same model and I wanted to see what it is that makes this the most selling car in Europe. So a new car from the showroom would cost around 12,000 euros. But if you buy a used car like this one, this is a 2019 model, it's about 9,500 euros, which is not that bad for the value that you're getting from this car. So this is the Dacia Sandero. It has a pretty good design, a boxed shaped design, which makes it look a lot bigger than it is. We've got 15-inch rims on this, and look at these beautiful tail lamps. Car store, the sticker is still there. 5 years warranty. Now this is what I completely forgot to mention, that Dacia offers you 5 years of warranty. So even if you buy a used car which is not very old, maybe 2 years old or 3 years, you can still get the warranty that comes with the original equipment. What I like the most about it is the front grille. Well, I think this has to be one of the best looking grills in this segment of cars. What makes the Dacia Sandero such a cheap car? People usually ask, why is it so cheap? The car has been laughed at by a lot of people, usually those who drive these bigger cars. But let me shed some light on the safety part first. This car has a rating of 4 out of 5 on Euro NCAP. Now the only thing that it lacks is the sensor based and camera based security or safety features, because it does not have a number of external cameras or sensor based systems like collision damage prevention or proximity alert sensor and things like that. This car is made for those who know how to drive. But coming back to why this car is cheap is because when the car went into mass production back in 2013 or 14, I don't really remember, this car was produced on the same platform as the Nissan Juke and as the Renault Clio. So the power unit, the powertrain and the platform on which the car is assembled was same that was used on these two cars. So a lot of the parts produced during that time were interchangeable in these cars. So this gave Dacia or let's say Renault the opportunity to order parts in bulk for all these 3 models. And in automotive sector, when you order something in bulk, it comes cheap. So readily available platform, Dacia didn't have to invest in building a platform to build the car, and cheaper parts. This is the main reason why this car is cheap. Okay, so here is the dashboard. That's a nice dial. Okay, we have an electronic trip meter as well. It shows time as well. For some reason it's not displaying the time right now. The analog dials, and then pretty minimalistic design. You have the aircon vents, and then you have USB, two USBs in the car, and then a music system. It has Bluetooth. It has Bluetooth as well. There is your aircon controls. Cubby holes, not so big. I'm not sure if they will be useful. Maybe you can just chuck some coins here, or you can keep a sanitizer bottle. Here's your handbrake. Oh, another cup hole there. You have a 12-volt socket here. There's another 12-volt socket right next to the shifter. Sorry, right here. So if you want to plug in your navigation system or anything, that would help. Here's the steering wheel, a nice ergonomic steering wheel, and it has steering mounted control for the system. It's not that bad, honestly. Of course, you have some plastics here. Cars like Renault Clio or even Volkswagen have these cheaper plastic interiors, so it doesn't take a lot away from this car. It's a pretty nice cabin, pretty functional, quite a minimalistic design on the dashboard, which is how I prefer. So it has power windows in the front. Unfortunately, no electronic adjustment for the rear view mirrors, and there is a cubby hole here and on the passenger side as well. Ooh. Okay, not bad. Now I'm a short guy, so I have a lot of headroom here. Driving position is mine. Again, I'm short, so there's a lot of knee room, but if you take it back, it is going to be a problem for the one who's sitting behind. There is a transmission tunnel right here, so the person sitting in the middle won't find it very comfortable. But the rear seats are isofix seats, so if you have kids, there are two isofix seats here, so if you have two kids, you can have them settle in the back. And yes, the windows, let me show you the window. Ooh, hand crank lever to open the windows, just like old days. That's pretty old school. You get power windows at the front, and at the back you have the hand lever. Honestly, I used to drive, when I started driving over 10 years ago, I started on a Force Motors Trax. It is used to carry passengers these days in India. But boy, was it an experience driving it. It is like operating a machine. It's very mechanical in everything. Let us quickly check out the boot now. Again, this is very old school. You have to open it with a key. There you go. Ooh, there's already a suitcase in here. Okay, remove that. So it's a 292 liters of boot space in this car, and if you lift it, ta-da! It comes with a spare wheel. Okay, and oh, there is a jack here. You can attach your grocery shopping or anything here. There's a back light as well. Now there is another way to open the boot from the driver's side of the car. They have given a lever, which is again quite old school. Let me show it to you. Look at this. So if you pull it, the boot will open. Let us pop the bonnet. Now this is something entirely beyond my understanding. The lever to open the bonnet is on the passenger side of the car. I have no idea why. Okay. So that's for side airbag. There it is. Why would they do that? So there it is, the 3-cylinder 1-liter engine by Renault. The battery also has marking saying Renault Nissan. So yes, like I was saying, it shares the same platform with the Renault Clio and Nissan Juke, and it is evident from looking at the engine compartment. Yeah, pretty dirty. It has been raining, absolutely lashing in fact, over the last week or so, and I've been driving the car through the entire week, every day, so it's pretty dirty. So let us quickly go on a quick drive. take a right here. So these are the small countryside roads of Ireland. It's a beautiful country. It's just that the weather is a bit rough at this moment, but in summers it's really charming. Yeah, coming back to the car, so yeah, it just drives well. Honestly, in the 1 week that I've driven this car, I've not had any problems. The car has electronic stability control as well as an anti-lock braking system, which is really helpful. Like I told you, it has a Euro NCAP rating of 4, so it has all the basic features that you need to drive safely on the roads. The steering is nice, light and small. At high speeds, yeah, I'm complaining. This is one complaint. At high speeds, it does not feel so connected to the road. So if you're someone who is driving every day on motorways, then this might not be the car for you, because it's a small engine. It's a Renault engine, very refined, but it produces only 72 horsepower, which is not a lot. But for city driving, I think this car is perfect. And you know, you can take an occasional long trip. Now I went to Cork a few days ago, which is about 180-200 kilometers from here. So I had no problems whatsoever. Oh, I have a right here, yeah. So of course I was not driving on a motorway, but on national roads, speed limit is only 100. So it is perfect to cruise at around that speed, between 80 and 100. But if you're someone who's looking for a fast car, so then maybe you might want to consider the Renault Clio with the turbocharged petrol engine. Even new models of this cars comes with a turbocharged petrol engine, but there is no point in shelling extra money, because the point of having this car is having good value for the money that you're paying. Hey, maybe I'll just pull in here. That's Sarah's car. There you go. I love how easy it is to park this car. Even doing parallel parkings or you know, getting into tight corners with this car is very simple. So that is something that's very handy for the kind of life that I live, or the area that I live in. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen, the Dacia Sandero. Now I roughly calculated, or I roughly observed, that it is giving about 16 kilometers per liter of petrol, which is not that bad. So if you're looking for a car which has low maintenance, less running cost, and it does what it's supposed to do, then I think Dacia Sandero is for you. It won't offer you anything fancy, so you will never get overwhelmed by the kind of systems that are put in cars these days. So it's a pretty good choice, I think, especially if you're someone who's just starting out. So it's a brilliant car to start your driving journey on. Now in 2021, Dacia is also offering all the sensor based and camera based safety features, along with the navigation system, and you know, all those fancy things are coming to Dacia as well. But I'm again not sure if you would want to pay extra money to get these features. So in my opinion, still the best option is still to buy a used car, a used Dacia Sandero. Make sure that it's not older than 2018-17, and so that you can take advantage of the warranty that comes with it. So yes, those are my thoughts about the car. Let me know if you like the video. Take care of yourself. Bye bye.